Hello. Hello. Hello, I say as I move all around so the audio is inconsistent. Hello. I hope you guys are good today. I received terrible news. As in, I have to go back to the office. Twice a week. But they didn't send me the bus schedule, so of course they can't. I can't decide which days I'm going. Yay! Because I'm not, like, gasoline. Gas. No. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. It's expensive. I went from paying, 20 something, to paying 40 something. Yeah. And it sounds more like 30 something to 40 something now that I think about it. So I can't decide which days I'm going unless I see a bus schedule to take me to the place that I work at. It's also chilly today, like chilly for Costa Rican standards. I'm gonna tell you how chilly for Costa Rican standards it is. It currently is 23 degrees Celsius with patches of fog. Yay. At least you're not having a shortage in water like us. Well, yeah, but it hasn't rained for a bit, but we did get the terrible rain from the tropical storm a couple of weeks ago. Ooh. So yeah, I'm a little bit deflated because even though I have all the reasons not to go to, I still got told it might help your social anxiety if you go to the site and work with people. I'm just like, no, I can barely work because I am inside my house watching videos all day, doing whatever I want, and then working. Like, seriously. But whatever. In the north of Mexico, yeah, they're going to start a Mad Max event. Oh no. Oh no, that. Oof. I mean, we all knew climate change was real, so it's only a matter of time. Apparently, London was burning today, and, people thought that climate change wasn't real. And it is very real, and it is also not that we can't do anything to fix it. We as individual people can't do anything to fix it, but more like there's like 10 to 15 companies worldwide that contribute to more of the greenhouse gases and the pollution of our atmosphere that's making global warming. Climate change, worse. The issues of the past mandate sold the rights of water supplies to factories and left the people. Oh my god. And you know what? The government sucks anyway, so like, let's kill the government. I mean, at the very least, it's Mexico that has a very, very strong history of revolution. So I don't feel, if only it was that easy. I don't feel too bad about letting the people revolt, I guess. But oh my god, I just can't believe it. I had heard that something like that had happened, but I thought it was in the US. I'm just like, what the fuck? Also, I'm gonna do an aside to the global warming, government bad conversation. I recently read the Pokedex entry for Slowking and Slowpoke and Slowbro. It says something along the lines that if the shelter gets tired of it, it can be removed and it goes back to being a regular Slowpoke. Also, the shelter might be tired of its tail, so it goes into its head and becomes a Slowking. And it's the power of the bite that awakens his smarts. And it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, it's Pokemon, but what the fuck? You know? Ugh. Anyway, so sentient pants. Definitely sentient clothing. Anyway, we will go to Virtue's Last Reward because why not? Why not? Let's go. Just before it crashed last time, I did notice that we cannot go through where are we? Oh my god, are we going to start from the beginning? Okay. While all of this is happening, I did notice that we cannot go through the foremost left path because we do have the password or the username, but we don't have the other. So we still can't do this. This is the last one we did, right? Is there any proof it wasn't murder? Yeah. So we could proceed here. 5 minutes of life. Or we could proceed here. There isn't enough antiviral medication. Or here. Where did Alice go? Or no, not here. So we have this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I actually want to know if we have enough to see where Alice went. So I'm gonna go with that one. You guys have no choice today. None at all. So ha! It's my choice. Let's see if we are able to see this. No one here, huh? Damn, where did she go? Then suddenly the world shifted. For just an instant, I was somewhere else entirely. So we are able to do this now, heck yeah! My mind reeled, and then, just as I had begun to adjust, it was gone, as if nothing had happened. What was that? It was the same sensation. I mean, it's not like I'm outside your window whispering you what to do. Well, maybe you should be. Maybe you should be. It was the same sensation I'd felt when I saw the visions of the bombs exploding. Had it been a premonition? This is bad. I need to find Alice, now. But where could she be? Damn it, Alice, where are you? Crew quarters. What about the crew quarters? Yeah, that has to be it. Oh, and we got an achievement! I set off at a dead run. Not lying down in the job. It's also, like, I think I already mentioned it. It's rather chilly here in Costa Rica right now and in this building. So I'm waiting for the computer to kick on. Warm the room up a little bit. The moment I entered the crew hallway, I made straight for the door to the number 2 room. Alice should be in here. I swallowed and threw open the door. Alice, so you were here. As I spoke, her eyes turned toward mine, but I didn't get the feeling they were looking at me. Her skin was pale and sickly, even though she looks perfectly fine in this image. And one of her hands held the scapula like I caught her in the middle of something. That's why I'm inside my cobijita. Well, you see, the thing is that if I were inside my cobijita, I might even fall asleep because cobijitas are like so nice and warm and cozy.
What are you doing here?
It's okay. I'm just here to help you.
Help me? What do you mean?
Just let go of that scalpel.
No. I need it to get this bracelet off.
Huh?
Remember what Zero Jr. told us? The bracelet comes off when your heart stops. So I just have to...
Give me a second. I need to remove something. There we go. Oh! Stop! Before I even finished the word, I was running. I grabbed both her arms and wrenched them back, pulling the blade away from her chest. Ooh.
No! Let me go! I have to do this! I can't take it anymore. This whole thing is like a nightmare I can't wake up from.
Yeah, it seems that way.
The only way I'm going to get out of here is to die!
Knock it off! With a grunt, I tore the scalpel from her hands. That's what I want to do. It was a second before I felt the burning pain in my left hand. I'd apparently cut myself getting the damn thing away from her. Very quickly, it progressed from the dull throbbing to a hot line of pain across my palm. I clenched my teeth and squeezed my hand tight. I was so focused on my pain that I barely heard Alice collapse. She didn't respond when I shook her. Hey, are you alright? Alice, say something! There was a moment of terror before I realized she was still breathing. I didn't know why, but it seemed like she'd only passed out. I'm so mad it never occurred to me that Luna never killed her, but rather Alice taken her own life. How did it not occur to you? I was like, ever since we saw the first time Quark tried to seppuku himself, I've been like, oh yeah, they are both of them killing themselves because this is Radical 6. This is the point of it. Like, to survive, we have to survive Radical 6. Because also, 6 upside down is 9. What? Yeah. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Can you? Okay, you cannot hear that. Okay. There we go. Because I'm not smart as I used to be, Firi. Oh my god, I had never seen that one. That is such a great emote. That is such a great emote. 10 out of 10, John. 10 out of 10. Anyway. Shit, what am I supposed to do now? Oh man. Maybe the infirmary? It's got all those medical things. Boyd? 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 I think it's Boyd. To Google. Boyd. Yes. How do we say it?
Buoy.
Buoy. Okay, Boyd. Oh my god. It sounds like buoy, like Booie or Booy. Buoy. Like a cutesy version or an annoying cutesy version of boo, boo, thumbs down, boo, buoy. Okay, buoyed by adrenaline, I hefted Alice's body and took off toward the infirmary. Just say boob at this point.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone.
I mean, pretty much though, so.
You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
And she has Radical 6.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's.
She has
She
Radical
has also
6.
been infected with Radical 6.
We all have. Vi had called everyone else back after I'd brought Alice to the infirmary. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke.
Oh no. No! What's going to happen to her?
Well,
She's
like
gonna
I said
die.
before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. It's a special antiviral treatment. Whether or not there's any around here, though.
No! No! Oh, Alice! I don't want you to die! Please! Please don't die! I don't want to be alone! Don't die!
The fact that your face is still smiling is just not good for you. Clover wrapped her arms around Alice's unconscious body and began to sob. None of us had the heart to pull her off, so all we could do was stand and watch her and watch uncomfortably. That is until Dio said something and then we stabbed him.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded,
You never smile at your best friend. No, I've never.
Non-voting parties will automatically ally.
I would never do that. I say as I laugh about it.
Guys, I think we should get back to the warehouse.
What about Alice and Quark?
I guess we're just gonna have to leave them behind.
No! I'm not leaving!
Clover.
I'm staying here! Like heck, I'm gonna leave Alice all alone!
She's going to be fine. I gave her some Soparil. She'll just be sleeping like Quark.
I don't care! I just want to stay with her. She shouldn't have to be all by herself.
Yeah, but you're smiling, Clover, so what do you really want to do with her body?
Everything's coming up Sigma, huh? What a lucky, lucky man you are. You two are gonna be playing against Clover. If she doesn't vote, then she'll default to ally. That means if she stays here, the two of you are gonna be sitting pretty. Especially you, Sigma.
Where's Lady Boner's powerful? Yeah.
After all, you've got 6 BP right now.
Are you saying I'm gonna choose betray?
If you do, you'll get what you need to escape.
You bastard. There's no way I do
Is
that.
that so?
Yes, it is so. For one, I'm not the only one making this decision. Luna's my partner, and she'll be in the AB room with me. You really think she'd just stand by and let me do something like that? Back me up here, Luna.
Well, actually I was planning to let you make the decision.
See? Told you. You can lie to us if you want, but you can't lie to yourself.
Shut up! What?
If I might make a suggestion, what if Sigma and Luna both remained here? Should all 3 of you abstain, then you would all be guaranteed to ally, correct?
Nope, doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Here, take a look at this. I pulled the scrap of paper we'd found out of my pocket.
Huh? What's this?
We found it when we went to the archives.
There wasn't anything like this in the pantry.
Nothing in the garden either.
I guess they only put 1 in the archives. Whatever. I'll just read it for you. Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, 1 person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. Get it? The whole team can't abstain.
That means either Dio or Tenmyoji's going to have to vote then. And they're playing against Alice. Oh. I guess playing against is a little generous.
Yep. So Alice is guaranteed to vote ally, which means that if Dio picks betray...
Knock it off. You trying to get back at me for what I said earlier?
Yes.
Why am I gonna choose betray? You do know her BP's at 1, right? What do you think would happen to her if I did that?
break the rules.
I wouldn't put it past you.
What?
Cool it, boys. Don't worry. I'm gonna be in that room, too. I'd planned to stay here with Quark, just to make sure he was safe. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that luxury. I can't trust Dio to make a decision for all three of us. That means we're gonna be sharing a room, bucko.
Bucko. Sometimes English words are so good. Bucko being one of them.
I've got my eye on you.
It's like better. It's so much better than dude. Bruh. Bucko.
Happy now, Sigma?
Yeah, thanks. That's a relief.
Exactly.
Oh man, everybody's against me.
Yes! You are the worst! Or Bozo. Bozo's good, but Bucko. Bucko has that CK that gives you the punch of the K. Bucko. And it's just like, bah. I don't know. That's what I feel. I need to take a drink because that hurt my throat.
Whatever shall I do?
Can't be too careful. I wouldn't want to see Alice killed by an unfortunate accident.
What do you mean, accident?
Oh! Tenmyoji, before we went into the CDs, you told Alice there was something you wanted to tell her. What was it?
Huh? Oh, that, well, I mean, look, it wasn't important. Just forget about it.
Uh-huh.
5 minutes remain until
Until the
Ambidex
Ambidex
game
game
polling
polling
closes.
Time's running out, people. Clover and I will stay here and keep an eye on Alice and Quark. Everyone else needs to go.
Yep.
What?
You're staying too?
Yeah. If something does happen, Clover might need a hand.
Aren't you solo? You're playing against Kay and Quark, but with Quark out, that means Kay would get to decide this whole round.
Are you saying that you trust me?
Yes.
He's Sigma! I don't- Sorry, I cannot get over the fact that he's Sigma.
Even
Can't.
though I have 6 BP.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you nuts? What happens when he gets 9 BP?
I'm not worried. Kay won't betray me.
How can you know that?
I just know, I guess.
Because Kay is Sigma! Dun dun dun!
You just know? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Also, before we do that, we are here, and the short path is to betray, so we're gonna betray. Had something happened between Fi and Kay while they were out exploring?
I understand. I can hardly betray trust like that, can I? I will vote for our team.
Good. We're counting on you.
I've had enough of this bullshit.
But we are gonna betray. Betray, 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 betray. We're gonna betray the Bosos.
Come on! We need to hurry!
All right, you kids. Take care of those two, okay?
Oh my god, my eye. Something in my eye. Give me a second. Something is in my eye. And by something I mean my freaking hair. My hair gets in my eye all the time and it bugs me.
Of course.
We promise.
Mood. With that, we were off, right? That's what it said? Yeah. With that, we were off, yeah. I give one last quick nod to Fi and Clover before heading back for the warehouse at a dead run. Dead run doesn't seem like a good idea, but I think it means that they started running from a dead start. That's his doom! Oh my god, that's his doom! Everybody ready? I'm going to open my AD gate. Although I guess that doesn't really matter. Dio already opened one earlier.
Then only you and I remain.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Ugh. 2 more AB gates slid open. We all shared one last look at each other before ducking into our respective rooms. And what will Luna tell us this time? Luna, what will you say? What is our conversation?
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
2 minutes of conversation with Luna.
What are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to vote?
No question. If Clover isn't voting, then she's defaulting to ally. Betraying someone who isn't even playing hardly seems fair.
Of course, I think so too. I'm just glad to hear you say it.
Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Oh no, Luna, no! Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nunnery game didn't seem so scary. Then she spoke.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand?
Huh?
There's something white on it.
There's what? Oh? What? What the hell is this? For the first time since I'd found Alice in the crew quarters, I looked down at my hand. Across the palm was some sort of strange white liquid. For a moment, I thought I'd somehow touched some white paint or something similar. But the truth was far stranger. The liquid was coming from my hand. It was coming from the cut I'd given myself when I grabbed the scalpel away from Alice. But why? Are we the clone? Where was the blood? We are the clone. Oh my god, we are the clone. I felt a very odd sort of fear begin to wrap its hand around my throat. Quickly, I held my palm against my chest. I shouldn't have let Luna see that.
Are you alright?
Is Sigma 12 by any chance? Yeah, it's nothing. I went to the pantry while I was looking for Alice. There was some milk and I spilled it. Sounded even stupider as I said it.
Really?
Yeah,
But
just shut up. It's fine, alright? I'm fine. Leave me alone. I regretted the words the moment they were out of my mouth, but something was wrong, very wrong, and my head was spinning.
Sigma...
Oh man, I'm so sorry. It's just don't worry about it, okay?
30 seconds remain.
So K
until
is the
polling
original?
closes.
K might be the original. Oh my god, guys, K might be the original. There was no time left. I had to vote. I turned and faced the machine. I took a few deep breaths, but the chaos in my mind refused to calm itself. Calm down. Just calm down. You need to think about the AB game right now. Just forget about your hand. Who was I kidding? There was no way I could forget about something like that.
10 seconds remain until
Gaki,
Ambidex game
yeah.
polling closes.
Pretty much.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And because betray is the shorter route, we're gonna go with the shorter route first.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Heck yeah, results.
Thank you for your
It'll show that we are a terrible, terrible person.
Ambidex gates now opening.
We're a terrible, terrible person. We destroyed her expectations. We destroyed her trust. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
why?
I didn't have an answer for her. All I could think was about that white liquid. What was it? Some kind of discharge? Blood? No, it couldn't be blood. Blood wasn't white. That was insane. I was lost in the thought when Luna spoke.
I'm going to the infirmary.
Huh? Don't you want to see the results?
Why? I already know what they're going to be.
Her usual warm personality seemed to have gone cold. Whether it was because I'd chosen betray, or because she'd noticed that something was wrong with my body, I couldn't say.
Excuse me.
Luna, no! My sweet, sweet child! And with that, she was gone. I turned back to the projection. With heavy steps, I headed towards Kei, Dio, and Tenyoji.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Oh boy! Oh boy.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
We don't know her secret, but I feel like this is the path that we will learn about Luna. I feel like this is where we learn about Luna.
What the hell?
Sigma has 9 BP?
See? I told you! The bastard's finally showing his true colors.
What the hell are you doing? Clover isn't even voting!
I have misjudged you. I never thought you would do something so cowardly.
There was nothing I could say. I had chosen betray of my own volition, but had I really? Had I really pressed that button of my own free will? The more I thought about it, the more I felt as if some other force had guided my hand to the button. Perhaps it had been fear. Oh, I was scared by the white fluid that had appeared on my palm. Maybe that had been the tipping point, and I had decided that I had to escape as soon as possible. Damn the consequences. If I got out, then the nightmare would be over. That's all it was, right? A nightmare. It couldn't be real. White blood was insane, impossible. That was when I looked up and saw the other staring at my hand. Shit. I quickly put my hand behind my back, but it was already too late. They moved toward me like wolves closing in for the kill.
Sigma? What was that?
He was cut. It must have been blood.
But why was it white?
Isn't that obvious? He's not human.
Not human.
No! What are you saying? Of course I'm human! I'm 100% human!
Then explain that white stuff.
I swear to God, I have no idea what it is. You have to believe
I'm
me.
afraid you're not being very convincing.
Oh, you're one to talk. We can't even see you. You could be a robot. Maybe that's not even a suit, that's just you. Robot you.
No, that seems extremely unlikely. However bad my amnesia might be, I am quite sure of my humanity. I am, without a doubt, not a robot.
They probably just programmed you to think that.
Alright, it's pretty obvious this guy's dangerous and probably unhinged. We should take him down.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I agree.
Looks like there's no other way. Now that he's got 9 BP from stabbing Clover in the back, there's a good chance he'll try and get out of here by himself.
Hey, hold on a minute. Let's not do anything rash. I didn't have a choice. I spun around and ran for the number 9 door.
No, I don't think so.
Shit. Let go. Let go of me. I was no match for all 3 of them. Before I could take 2 steps, I was on the floor, pinned. The desperation was only getting stronger, however, and I writhed and twisted in futile attempt to get free. God damn it, you have to let me go! This is all some kind of mistake! A misunderstanding! It's a conspiracy!
So, there's a conspiracy to turn your blood white? You're a funny guy.
Stop trying to get away. It's over.
Shit! Get off me! Let me go!
If you won't calm down, then you leave me no choice. I'd hoped we could avoid this. Try not to struggle too much.
No! Don't... Ugh. Ugh. The first thing I felt when I woke up was the hard pain of a bruise all the way across my neck. K must have suffocated me. My head felt like it had been stuffed with cotton, and I had to put out a hand to steady myself as I stood up. Where am I? Is this the infirmary? How long had I been out? My foot bumped into something, and I looked down to see the injection gun. A glass vial labeled Toparil was still attached to it. The anesthetic. After choking me, they'd made sure I wasn't getting up in the near future. That meant I could have been asleep for a long time. Where is everyone? I glanced around the room. It was empty, except for me. It took me a moment to realize what was especially odd about that. Even Quark and Alice had disappeared. What the hell's going on? That was when I noticed that Quark and Alice weren't the only things that had disappeared. Two other very important things were also gone. My bracelet and my left hand. For a long moment, I just stared, dumbstruck. What was I seeing? What I was seeing couldn't possibly be real. But there it was. Smooth cross-section of my arm where a hand should have been. Thick, white liquid dripped slowly from the stump. What is this? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. The scream clawed its way out of my body, taking my mind with it. Then, after that, nothing. Game over. It's the only thing I can say. So, we might not be human. That seems the answer. We might not be human. Who could have this? Well, now we know we're made out of horchata. Yeah. I kind of want horchata. Okay, we literally just saw all of this.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
We literally just saw all of this, so let's go for the actual answer. Ally. I keep hearing like a vacuum going on, but I'm glad the microphone isn't picking it up because it is driving me insane. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
So you chose Ally after all.
Yeah. To be honest, the AB game was the last thing on my mind. As chaotic as my thoughts were, they all centered on one thing: the mysterious white liquid.
Do you
Just
want
a
to go see the
UFO
results?
coming to get ya. Probably. Sure. Luna nodded and walked off toward the projection, but I couldn't move. I glanced around to make sure no one was watching and opened my hand. The liquid didn't seem to have clotted or run out since I was still oozing thickly out of the slit in my hand. What in the hell is this? It couldn't be blood, could it? No, that wasn't possible. No matter how many white blood cells clumped together, you'd never get anything that looked like that. And I'd never seen my blood do this before. Oh, he's 22? Damn, he's young for a PhD candidate. In 22 years of life, I'd seen my body bleed many times. Scraped knees as a kid, accidental nicks with a knife as an adult, but every single time I bled red, like any other human being. So why was it that this time it was white? What the hell is happening to me?
Hey, Sigma, what are you doing? Get the hell over here. They're gonna show the results.
Yeah, right. I'm away. I did my best to compose myself and headed over to join the others.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
And even though I'm freezing, I need to
your attention
freaking tie my
to
hair.
the
These kids and their
results
opportunities in life. I know, right? And everyone voted to ally. Everyone allied!
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
This is incredible. Look, everyone voted ally.
Oh, Luna, you're such a sweetie pie. I love her so much.
You did just like you promised, Kay.
How could I choose Betray after what Fi said to me?
Tenmyoji and Dio voted ally too.
Of course. If we hadn't, Alice would have died.
Yeah, well, that's about it, I guess.
We should thank the both of you as well. I'm happy to see you also chose Ally.
Oh, I didn't have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That was all Sigma.
I mean, the music is agreeing with you, Dawn, so...
Then thank you very much, Sigma.
Sorry, that K portrait is actually like one of the funniest but also cutest that we have had. It's so cute.
Sigma? Sigma, are you alright?
Come on, what's wrong? Just say something.
Huh? Oh, yeah, looks like we all allied. That's great.
Sigma, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, you've been acting a little out of it ever since we came out of the AB rooms. What happened? You make it past at Luna and get shot down?
No, nothing like that.
Hey man, it was a joke. You remember what that is? A joke? You're in pretty bad shape, huh?
Before Dio could continue, the heavy metal rumble of the door shutting echoed through the warehouse. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want to? Then that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we like, right?
Yep.
Hey, Zero Jr. said something about this, didn't he?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
I mean, I don't think that's what he said, but he did say that, like in relation to what we were talking about. He didn't say this in relation to what we were talking about, but yeah.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, right. Sorry to be a pain, but could you all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all your colors and assignments are.
Everyone nodded and held their arms out toward him. I stared at them, terrified to follow suit, but certain that refusing would only draw more suspicion. So I held my arm out, hand tightened into a white knuckle fist to hide the cut. When their eyes landed on my hand, my heart skipped a beat.
Huh. So Dio and Kay are a yellow pair. Luna and I are both pairs, but our colors are different.
Right. You're a cyan, and I'm magenta.
That makes
Yeah.
Sigma the only solo, huh? A red solo. So what are the 4 we left in the infirmary?
Luna and I are pairs, so 2 of them are our partners.
Yeah.
That means the other 2 are solos. Although, I guess we don't know what colors they are.
They're probably green and blue.
Why's that?
Didn't you see them? There are a bunch of white doors in the floor B warehouse.
Yeah, Luna, you smart.
They have to be the next set of chromatic doors.
Ah, yes. Fi and I saw them as well. On our way back from the garden with the unconscious Quark. And there they were.
Okay, this is seriously the only part that drags out. The game is a 9.8 out of 10.
Just like the doors on floor A. Given that, I don't see how there can be any question. Those white doors are our next set of chromatic doors.
I think that our bracelet combinations will have to add up to white in order to open the secondary doors. The pairs are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You see?
Yeah. If we need to make white, then the other 3 colors would have to be red, green, and blue.
Yep.
Right.
Good. Now that we've got that figured out, I'm heading back to the infirmary for a bit. I want to check up on Quark and Alice.
Don't let the Last of Us fans hear you say that. Wait, what did I say and what can't they hear? I'm sorry, what?
I shall accompany you then.
Might as well go with you, I guess.
Oh, the walking thing?
No real reason to hang out here.
Well, what will you 2 do?
I need to talk to Sigma about something.
About what?
Something?
Her usual pleasant expression had been replaced with something much more sullen. She must have noticed that there was something wrong with me. Oh dear! That was what she wanted to talk about. That you're scoring this game an almost a perfect 10. Oh, okay, they will fight with teeth and nail for the spot. I don't give a flying fuck if they think this game isn't a 10. They probably don't play visual novels like I do. And technically, this game is a masterpiece. The fact... So, okay, I know we're not even close to endgame. We have like 5 routes to go through. The fact lies in this. The fact that we have to go through every path, discover everything that everyone said, like literally meet and get to know every character, and there's barely any side conversation. Like everything is as important as it has to be. The fact that that is what it is means that this game for me is almost a perfect 10. Literally the only thing that annoys and bugs the hell out of me, and it's so minor, but it's, you know, like, it's the walking sequence. Everything else, amazing. Cannot allow another game be better than what I'm saying. I don't care. I am giving this speech for them. The Last of Us fans can hear me say this, and I don't give a I don't care if they think I am wrong. I am not wrong. I am right, and I have always been right. And for that reason, hydrate or dihydrate. Also, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Anyway. Okay, fine. I managed to make my voice sound almost relaxed.
Whoa, hold on. A private talk? What are you guys plotting?
Doom! That's what we're plotting. Doom!
We're not plotting anything. I promise. It's nothing.
Fine, whatever. See if I care.
Dio tossed his head with a mixture of arrogance and feigned disinterest and marched out the yellow door. Tenmyoji and Kei quickly followed. In only moments, all three had disappeared. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about? Well, it's almost certain I knew, but there was always hope. I did my best to act as if I genuinely was confused.
Oh, I don't really like this room. Could we go somewhere else?
This is a strip club. Oh my god. Okay.
Good. I found somewhere nice when I was looking for Alice earlier.
As strange as her request was, I had no reason to object. I kept my mouth shut and followed Luna as she headed off. Where did we go? Oh, the garden. Okay. The garden.
You know this place?
Yes, well, sort of. I came here once when I was looking for Alice.
Oh, I see.
Case Oh no! Oh no, that's an image! Oh no! So, what brings you here?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in the whole facility with anything green. I feel kind of silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy.
Aww.
Oh, there's a bench over there. Would you like to sit down with me?
She sat down softly and gently, and I lowered myself down next to her. So, what did you want to talk to me about? Instead of answering, Luna lifted the tiny birdcage pendant she wore into the palm of her hand. She was silent for a moment, and then began to talk.
Can I tell you something? This is actually a music box.
Aww. Yeah, the profile was... Yeah. Really?
Yes.
She twisted the key on the bottom, and it made almost an imperceptible winding noise. When she released it, soft, clear notes drifted out. It's a nice song. Why do you bring that up, though?
Because I wanted you to know, I guess. I wanted you to know more about me.
Oh?
Maybe it's because I'm so shy, but I don't really have any friends. Or even any acquaintances, really.
Oh no, Luna!
So I've sort of always been alone. It was really hard. I felt so lonely a lot of the time.
Oh no.
It hurt.
Oh
It felt like I
no.
was just kind of going to collapse from the inside out. That was when I got this music box. Someone very important gave it to me. They didn't say anything, but I felt like there was an unspoken message behind it.
Luna's a clone, part of the old regiment of the 40s. Oh wow.
Luna, Happiness is closer than you think.
I mean, technically, if we talk about that, it's a bluebird and a blue feather in the Harvest Moon games means you're getting married.
Do you know Maeterlinck's The Bluebird?
Yeah. Well, I know the gist of it. I think it starts on Christmas Eve. This brother and sister named Tiltil and Middle get asked to find the blue bird by this old woman, and they travel to the dream world, or something. Anyway, supposedly if you can catch this bird, then you can make a wish come true. So they visited all these different places, but they can't find it. Eventually, they give up and go home, but when they wake up, the bird is in a bird cage in their hut.
That's right. It's a well-known story, and it teaches a simple lesson.
Yeah, like you said, happiness is closer than you think.
Right. It got me thinking. Maybe the person who gave me this music box was trying to tell me just that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe all of this is just in my head, but I really felt like that was what they'd meant. It was so kind. I kept it with me all the time, like a kind of good luck charm.
Uh-huh.
One day I realized something. There was another meaning to the bluebird. In Maeterlinck's original story, it doesn't end with them waking up.
There's more?
Yes. When Tiltil and Mittil try to feed the bird, it leaves the cage and flies away. And then the story ends.
Whoa. What about the moral then?
It changes. Now the message is that just when you think you found happiness, you'll lose it again.
And the music ends just then. Oh no, it's back, okay.
I thought about that for a while, but in the end, it didn't change how I felt. I don't know what they intended it to mean when they gave it to me, but I decided how I was going to look at it. It means that happiness is something you should always be looking for.
Okay.
And it's only when you're pursuing happiness that you're truly happy.
Okay.
You know, Sigma, I think you might be Tiltil.
What?
You know, the boy who the old lady asked to find the bluebird on Christmas Eve.
What are you trying to say?
Can I ask you something?
Sure?
Where did you find Alice?
What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. Where did you find Alice?
In the crew quarters, room 2.
Where were you before that?
I was in the lounge. That was after we'd split up to go look for Alice. The first place I went was the lounge.
So you went from the lounge to the crew quarters, where you found Alice. And then you rushed her to the infirmary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me this then. How do you know about the garden? Just now you said you'd come here when you were looking for Alice. Didn't you?
Oh boy.
That doesn't make any sense. There wouldn't have been any time for you to visit the garden while you were looking for Alice. So tell me, Sigma, how do you know about this place?
Well, I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even explain it to myself. Why had I told her I knew about the garden? Why had I told her I'd been there before?
Sigma, are you a robot? Have you always been here?
What?
See, it would make so much sense if you were. That would explain why you knew about the garden and it would explain that cut on your left hand.
Damn, so you did see it, huh?
Yes. I've been told that robots these days have what's called artificial biological tissue, or ABT, on top of a metal skeleton. It makes them look almost exactly like a human. And ABT uses this white liquid instead of blood.
Interesting. For some reason, when Luna had called me a robot, it hadn't really fazed me. Maybe because it was just so out there. It didn't sound like a real possibility. It sounded more like a theory you'd get from someone in a nut house. Still, my hand was still oozing white liquid. Was I really a robot? No, that was impossible. I needed to stop doing that. Questioning myself so much was giving me a heart palpitation. Luna, aren't you a little scared?
Scared? Why would I be scared?
Well, let's say I am a robot. That means there's a pretty good chance Zero's pulling my strings. That would make me your enemy.
I guess so. Well, even if you were, I wouldn't be scared.
Why not?
Maybe because you're a robot.
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Yes, I have.
They were a set of rules created by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov that he used in several of his stories.
Rule number 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come harm. Which makes sense, because we've stopped Quark, and now we've stopped Alice from harming themselves. Rule number 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings, except when such orders would conflict with the first law. Rule number 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. Oh, yeah, I've heard those before. That's just an ideal, though. You could work toward that, but I don't think you could ever actually achieve it. I mean, depending on how you program them, robots could do pretty much whatever they wanted to.
Yes, you're right.
Are we gonna become Will Smith in this scenario? Probably.
But I believe in them. In you. However you're programmed, I don't think you'd break any of the 3 laws. A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. That's not you. You have a heart. You're a good person. It's in your eyes. I guess I'm just kind of assuming you're a robot. There's still a chance you're not. We should run some tests.
Tests?
Yes.
How?
The Atom should be able to tell us.
Oh, yeah. That thing in the infirmary. I heard the crunch of dried leaves behind us. But when I turned, there was nothing. Who is it?
Is someone there?
Just me.
Fi.
Sorry, but can you guys come over here? I need you to see something.
Luna and I looked at one another, shrugged, and stepped into the bushes.
Welcome.
What? How long have you been
Just
here?
got here a little while ago.
Did you hear what we were saying?
No. Were you talking about something you didn't want me to know about?
Kinda.
Whatever. Just have a look at this.
I followed the line of her finger. Shit! This is...
An antimatter bomb.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure someone didn't move it here from the crew quarters. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's an entirely different bomb. Look at the number on the side.
It says 01.
And the one in the crew quarters said 3, right? Then that must mean...
Shit! Then there is no question, huh?
I've got more good news. Just think about the numbers for a moment.
You're saying there's a 2 bomb out there somewhere?
I can't be sure, but it does seem pretty likely.
Damn it! That means we're dealing with a combined explosive power equal to 3 tons of TNT.
Yeah.
Who planted them?
Was it you guys? I mean, you've been in here quite a while.
Hey, don't give me that! You're way more suspicious than we are. What were you doing in the bushes anyway?
Well, I was taking a walk.
Taking a walk? You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Fine. You got me. I heard you two were off talking in secret. So I got curious and went back to the Floor A warehouse. Of course you weren't there. That seemed pretty suspicious to me, so I headed here. And just as I'd suspected, there you were, talking on the bench. I snuck up from behind so you wouldn't notice me. Then, just as I was getting close enough to hear, I found the bomb. So?
Oh.
Believe me now?
So, who planted the bomb?
Honestly, it could have been any one of us. Anybody could have come here while we were all looking for Alice.
We need to tell everyone about this then.
Yeah, you're right. Let's head back to the infirmary. Everyone else was already there when we arrived. Clover and Tenmyoji, Kay and Dio, and of course Alice and Clark. Both seemed to be sleeping peacefully. You'd never think to look at them that they'd been completely insane not so long ago. Kitty got mad, oh no! Alright, everybody, listen up. I told them how we'd found the #1 bomb in the garden, and how judging by the number on the 2 bombs we'd found so far, there was probably a #2 bomb out there somewhere.
Oh, this is bad. What are we going to do?
Well, I think Alice mentioned something.
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate.
Yeah, obviously.
You see it right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Yes.
Oh, whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Yeah. That's why I want all of you to let me search you.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. Chances are whoever planted those bombs is in this room. There's also a good chance they've also got the device we need to deactivate the bombs.
So you're planning to search us for it?
Exactly.
But...
No buts. If you refuse, then I'll assume it's because you've got it and you planted the bombs. Unless you want that, I suggest you cooperate. Clear? Good.
I guess.
Now who's going to be first?
She just wants to get handsy on Clover. Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you... There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fai's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. We're gonna get a cliffhanger again? That person. You did it! The room was suddenly silent. And we got a cliffhanger. As a pan person, I'm also cool with it. I cannot believe we got another cliffhanger. So it seems... I don't remember which one was this one. We probably have... No, this one I think was the one that we did last time. So, it seems like we have to go here. There isn't enough antiviral medication. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
Yep. We literally saw this today, but all of the accelerator and how there was only one. IG, immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Oh boy, so we actually okay, so we had to do the one previous from last stream to get this one. Okay. So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Ice cream by the gallon. Any
Who
ideas?
knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Heck yeah. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the lab. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
If I told you, you had a nice antibody. Nice. It can copy immunoglobulin, antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Theo was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So, how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
I love that some people are just like zooming past. Don't care. Zooming past. We all nodded. Wait. We can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go. Yeah, no, I agree with you. The routes are all circuits, but, you know, I think that's just a flowchart itself. Which reminds me, I should do a flowchart for work. One of the things that I've noticed is that my current job is very non-starter friendly. So, you know. Posture check. Okay, I'm gonna stretch at the same time. The biggest problem that I have with posture checks and everything is that I'm using my husband's chair, and he is slightly taller than me, so his chair is slightly more elevated, which means his back
This is the lab, huh?
can actually, like, fit his back, and I don't want to move his chair all the time. So, you know, that's why my back hurts, but it's because I'm not sitting with my back against the chair.
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right there. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Isn't everyone slightly taller than you? Oh, you're so mean. Using limits emotes as well. So mean. Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excalibur into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excalibur would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Oh look, it's machine noises. Just like me, I mean. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was.
Ninja's Muggy mode are behind tier 2 and 3, and Galarian Slowpoke doesn't translate as much as Mugnus. Yeah, I know.
It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah. Just one, though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If I'd broken it, we would have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table, quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh, there's the number 2 bomb! Finally, we found the number 2 bomb. A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay, and when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Ooh, another memory card.
What was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
Huh.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
An embarrassing photo of a Christmas party? Oh boy! You should play 999 or watch someone play 999. Lucajin played 999 and it was a blind playthrough and it was fantastic. Because she also does like amazing voices. She's a great voice actor, so Come on, if I knew, I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Okay. Which one are we gonna choose? Which is the short route? Ally is the short route. Did she? Yes! Actually, because she played 999, I wanted to play this so that I would know the game before she plays this. It's also the reason why I haven't seen her Danganronpa games, because I really want to play those games. And we're just so excited. This game is so good. It's so much fun. I love it. Ah. Anyway.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
I love him. I love Kay so much.
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the accelerator, and head to the floor A warehouse.
Right.
Though we probably should keep one of the accelerators to keep replicating. Just saying, as a smart person, there's 9 people here, and... yeah.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. Bye, I fucking hate you as soon as she said drop it. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Oh man.
Aw, she's so cute.
What a relief.
Clover's so cute.
I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. Ed gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The floor air warehouse is waiting. Okay, but who are we going against? I don't remember. And how many points do they have? Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Oh, Dio. Oh, Dio. Oh, Dio. Oh, Dio mío.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick an ally, Fi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Hello, hello! You've missed everything! So, you missed us going through these areas. Now we're going through here. Ay, Dios mío. Yeah, so much has happened. But it's fine. The VOD is always there. You can even check it as soon as I finish the stream. You can rewatch all of it. You only have to watch an hour and a half, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We know that Luna's a secret soldier, ready to kill Sigma. Yep.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points.
Oh, you were watching Stranger Things? I currently have no Netflix and no money to pay for Netflix, and I am being forced back to the office, which means I'll have even less money. Anyway.
We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love this. This image is so cute, though.
Promise?
Promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
You know, it's stupid. I have a Netflix of my own and my aunt's. I barely use them. Oh, wow.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
Yeah, but they didn't tell us where we left. So, I don't know. Counting from DOK and K-Fi and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from left, Dio went into 3, K went into 4, and Fi and Clover were into room 5 and 6 respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into the AB room number 1. Yeah, no, same.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I have to start telling my parents, at least my sister and my mom, hey, I need you guys to pay for Spotify. Please pay for Spotify, because I can't afford it. I've been nice, but something happened with the insurance. But the Zootopia porn, what? What? Now I don't want to watch it. I was curious, but now I don't want to watch it.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary, so...
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
Yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. You haven't heard? It's one of the... No, I had heard that it had very, very bad, like, reference, that so out of left field references, but I hadn't heard about the Zootopia porn dialogue. Luna's face broke into warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was kind of like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7.
Okay, something?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Something is gonna happen because the ally route is shorter than the betray route. See, the thing is, that could be a good show, but I don't have the energy to watch the rest. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what happens if we choose ally or we choose betray. One of them probably ends up with us having a game over, but I don't know which one's which. And I kind of want to get the game over one. From what I've heard, it is a good show on its own, but it's a terrible Resident Evil series. Oh no! I've heard, like, it's the best show ever, and it's the worst show ever, so I'm just like, okay. Anyway, we're gonna ally. Vote has been recorded.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
It's so bad it's good. Okay.
Thank you for your participation.
Oh, Otis, did you start playing 999? How far did you get in? Like, you can just say like the room you were in, and I'll know.
Ambidex gates now opening.
The internet being extremist. Surprise! Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look. Not far at all. Okay, but it's slightly easier than this one, than the start of this one. I think it, like, eases you. You didn't start? Oh, okay. It's like, in my opinion, it's slightly easier than the start of this one because it eases you into the whole thing. While with this one, it kind of, sorta feels like you should know. You should know how to play it. You should know type of thing. I don't know. That's how I feel. But the first one does have a bigger sense of urgency at the beginning. Anyway, all right, let's go have a look.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Okay. Oh, her face. Yeah, first elevator in this one got me mad. What? We did get the game over! We got the game over! Yes!
Points have been assigned.
We did it right.
We
did it right.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Death. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. That's not possible. How can Alice vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, and then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door in the second IB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I had watched them all. And yet, there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice? The world was gradually going black, and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Hydrate or dihydrate. Heck yeah, game over. So we chose the right one. Which means we are gonna go back here. We're still very early into the stream, so we're just gonna go back here and finish that. Finish it!
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Right, you weren't here. I said that as soon as last stream, when the blue screen happened, I said that the problem with doing this one is that we actually don't have either the password or the username, the password or the username. So that's why we didn't start with this one, because it's literally just, a dead end. So that's why we started with this one here. No, not that one. We started with this one here. Who planted the bomb? We got to the same ending here. You can Inglando, mi trust to password and username. Yeah. So that's what we did. We did this two paths. And now we're going through this one, which hopefully will give us the whole thing. Because I don't think we can do this yet. But maybe. Anyway. We're gonna skip all of that, and now we're gonna choose betray. And everyone will betray. Luna is gonna be very angry at me, like she was in the past one. I'm kinda stuck to the chair. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
I actually need to stand, so I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna be honest, next time Ed or I buy a chair, not gonna be either fall leather or leather, because it gets stuck on my leggies. I get stuck in it and I don't like it. So let's stand. There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Have you ever had such a good day and then you feel tired and sad? Yes! It's called depression in my case. Right. Well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
Yes, but trust me, we have to go. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Choo, 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 choo. Everyone betrays. Da-da-da-da. Alice betrayed. Everyone stays the same. Alice betrayed us all. Yay! Yay! Alice betrayed us all.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Everyone stayed the same, 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 same. Everyone stayed the same. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible, I say as I move closer to the microphone so that I can sit down. Alice! She was standing inside the second room from the left. The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me? A coward? You've got some balls to do that after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room.
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
Hi, Mudu! How are you doing today? We are almost done with this game. I think this next stream. Or maybe another one, a third one. I'm so excited to play a different game, but I'm also so excited to know everything about this game. It's so good. So good.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
Also, she's all eyes, and I think you and I are the only ones that have played 999. So, you know, it's like, oh my god. And then we play in Boyfriend Dungeon, right? Maybe, I don't know. I think we're playing something different for a bit. I don't think I'm going straight into another visual novel, but it might be a shorter game. I do have to test. I've played 999 Zero Time Dilemma. Heck yeah. So you haven't played Virtuous Last Reward. I've watched the full thing. Oh, okay. Perfect. I have to try to test my capture card to see if it lags because I had to update XSplit, so I don't, so I don't know if it works. So, and depending on that, it depends on the game that we play next. I really want to play a game on the Switch, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You know? You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Fine deal.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
Oh, this is so intense. This game is so intense. Mudu, so just so you know, since you're here, this is where we are at. We have done all the beginning, and this is the last time that we have to choose ally or betray in this section. We are missing the knowledge of proof it wasn't murder, and then we are also missing the 5 minutes of life. And then here and here, they're both the same, and it's who planted the bomb. We have seen 3 character endings. We know that Kay is Sigma, that Dio is a Myrmidon, and something about Clover I don't remember quite right now, apart from she being a special secret agent. Oof. Working with the government, and then all the 999 things came up, but I don't remember more about that. I mean, it is a game of life and death. We cannot blame them for trying to betray. It was so telenovelesco. I'm expecting their last names to be like Ramirez Sanchez de la Huerta Santa Cruz. Yeah. So I think this might be an Alice. This is definitely a Luna. And this is maybe a Tenmyoji? This is Fi. One of them has to be Quark, and the other one has to be Sigma. Just imagine if it was Danganronpa versus Work. I wouldn't know, because I haven't seen Danganronpa. I am trying to avoid spoilers so that when I play it, it'll be completely blind. Anyway. I turned to look at the results again. Before I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word, all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Oh, right, with the Clover ending, we find the cure, well, not the cure, the the thing that stops the muscle relaxant that they inject you with. So she immediately went to... You ended this in with an unbridged laugh. It was terrifying. Hey, I have my laughters that I use whenever I want. With the Clover ending, she went directly to Alice, and left me in the room to die, basically. I think that's what it was. I'll have to look at the end. Oh no. Whatever reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0 points rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. All right, guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution.
You're a Myrmidon! fucking stabby stab stab stab. We hate you.
Sorry.
Dio.
Well, in that case...
Etu Fi?
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Quay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
Till like a constitution my ass. Stabby stab stab! That might be our right message.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Everyone's gone.
Yep. You aren't going to leave, too?
No.
Are you sure? I chose
I
betray.
know. But I still believe in you, Sigma.
Oh, Luna is the cutest! I really want to know more about her.
I think your hand must have just slipped or something. Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round.
If Luna turns out to be the mastermind, I would flip a table. I mean, I love Luna so much, and if she's the mastermind, I just... oh my god.
Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
It goes with your outfit. I wonder what the others are.
It could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So, what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy? They will all dead. Oh my god, yep.
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. We can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else could work together against them. But how to figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? Do we? That's right. The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb. We found it in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped
Really?
it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then.
But...
Oh, wait
there
a
we
second.
go.
You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary.
Yeah! Go, girl!
I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then?
Yes. I think we can see what's on it.
Heck yeah!
Computer there should be able to read it.
Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then I thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. All the nudes from the Christmas party, oh no! As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
That's a phrase.
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there had been a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What's this? Oh, and it's the same all over. Yeah, it's the same all over. Okay, it's the same repeated 3 times.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code of something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Oh no, poor Clover! Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Oh look! We learned about them the other day. Myrmidons. For some reason, I feel like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was set by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn. I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key.
Huh. Do we have the key? I
Without
wonder.
a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to the code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state, or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do. So we now have definite proof for the other scenes that it was Dio who set up the bombs. Not like we needed the proof. We already saw the scene in which he pressed the button and everything exploded. So, that's all.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
Kono Dio da! Yep, pretty much. That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just, please, tell us. Please? We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information and we need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. And you just betrayed her. Well, she betrayed me first! We died in the alternate timeline! Hey, wait! Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Are you gonna come out or are you gonna keep...
I'm gonna end this ending, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start eating.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Until you tell me what you know. Ask Clover.
You already know she works with me.
I know she doesn't know that, but you know. Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters, or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. Is it really a pond, though? It looks more a little bit like wellish. Eskel being aroused. Oh no! I say silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
And that's another profile. What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb.
He's playing with her feelings. Oh no. Also, is this the same song that played in the last scene with Luna that we had here? I wonder if it is, because, I mean, it does sound like a song, like, yeah, I think it is.
I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical 6. You asked me if I am able to identify tunes. Oh no! This tune
I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. Oh my god, don't say that! A single teal, I was looking at the nails. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. Alright then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. My father was Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up to school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I learned... Okay, I just bit my tongue because I cannot properly talk sometimes. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it was then, but it must have been incredible. I didn't realize it then, but must have been incredibly difficult for her, a single mother, alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, and the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student, and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school, and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time the name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as the Free the Soul. We believe the Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine troubles and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expect. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. Ooh, interesting. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding it, per se. A middle-aged man who I'll just call H for now. H. This is kinda to not spoil something, but yeah. Had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player in the world stage, was effectively controlled by the Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul, and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try to give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that the experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness the power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time, it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude. and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. Ooh! Whoa! He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd kill him. Perhaps they'd thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There was another... I was doing so well! There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying, right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They'd destroyed my family. I wouldn't make them pay. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. And his sister, Fogg alongside her trustworthy friend, Tigger J. Ford. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the number he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how the things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room.
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs, and based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that a person is a Myrmidon, right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Oh, we have that! We have that! Wait, a long string of numbers? Could that be... We have that! Seven 8153610083838094241990551.
What the hell?
He was convicted of a string of numbers. I really love the achievements. I wonder if fully completing the routes give you all the achievements, or if there's something else that you have to do to get all the achievements as well. I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Wait, can you say that again?
78153-61098-83809-42419-90551. Congratulations for almost not getting your traba la lengua. Yeah.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like, if you have 30, then you'd get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that 1984495 is a 51 is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get the number that I just said?
Yes.
This game is mean! This game is mean! Oh my god, it's so mean, I love it. Don't tell me you just did all of that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What? No! No way! That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too.
I guess.
Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Heck yeah. Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was CQUJHNMTEONERAXDFMIOVP.
And the second row?
BYOLWXYPXSVZEQGTKRTLED. I think. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
We use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I run over what she said in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was that number. So what would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually we'd get a word. And that word was... Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The key is... okay. 198449351. Okay. Remember, the key is that closing this window will take you to the input screen. I did type it right? 198449351. Have fun. Holy heck, Muru! What the heck? Okay, so... oh my god. But we don't have the thing. No, that's the researcher's journal. Excalibur, okay. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. Good, but oh my god. Turn golden point. It's not proper. Myrmidon's brother reset 3. Okay, but... oh, okay, I remember. Okay. So if the first letter is C, then C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Oh no, O. Okay. What? How is it O? D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Memo. How the fuck do you do this? We don't have anything. We don't have the thing to say... yes, you're... oh. Uh-huh. Maybe here? No. Because they said O. I don't get it. What is this? Okay, Mudo, since you know the thing, could you give me the string of letters? So I didn't think about writing that down. We usually have the things. But we didn't get the string of letters this time. What the hecky? No computer terminal. Yeah, no, the bookmark. Yeah, we didn't get that. And in secrets... Ron unlocks. No, but this is other things. No. No. This is just how to play the game. What the heck? Like, if they had given me the string of letters, I think this would be easier, but they didn't give me the string of letters, so I don't know. They did say, and I cannot go back in time, that C was 1, and then they also mentioned that 0 was the next one. And the problem is that if I go look for that string of letters, I will probably find the answer. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not spoil it myself, but I will look. VLR string of letters. If I can spell letters. Okay, but... so since 1 is first and it's a C, then you go C, and I think 9, so you go 9 letters. Wait, a primary puzzle? Are we missing something? Is this not possible because we haven't done convert sounds into... No, that's not it either. I think you needed to stay in the previous screen. Yeah, we can probably get there. I just need to fail it a bunch of times. Okay. Ugh, I can't figure it out.
What? Are you serious?
No, I can't jump to the previous screen, clearly. Hey, get off my back. If I don't know, I don't know.
What? Oh, just forget it.
I'll figure it out on my own.
She stalked off. Wait. I want to follow her, but...
Stay where you are. I don't have any use for another brain-dead man.
Her voice was unexpectedly furious, and it stopped me cold. She fixed me with an icy glare, and then I turned and stalked off. I stayed frozen where I was, and I watched her go. Game over. So this is a game over, but it's not a game over. Because... Here we go here, yeah. Decode the message. But where do we... What is the long string of numbers? I think here? If we go here, we can see the long string of numbers. Okay.
Yes. Well, there it is. I left a few...
Okay. I'm gonna get the other side of the paper. Not yet. Yeah.
Which is?
Here is Mermaid.
Yes. What do you propose we... Clues? Well, if I could... I told you, we need a key. Without that, a key is... It allows you to... Myrmidons usually...
Yeah. We figured, take a pick. I am writing it down.
What? Where did... Wait, can you say that? That's... That number prime factor... Exactly, probably not. Yes. I did do a simple mental...
What? No way. That's impossible.
I told you, I'm better at math than most. Look at you, that seems pretty... Where did you...
Okay.
Fine. I'm pretty sure that's... I know the Myrmidons... And there aren't a lot of 25 digits. I think there's a... Well, look at the 190. You still don't get... Try to remember the... What did it say on the map?
Okay. There we go. So... C... Q... U... J... H... N... M... T... E... O... Oh, that's what it means. N... E... This game is very cruel, yeah. E... R... A... X... D... F... M... O... No, M... I... O... V... P... B... Y... O... L... W... X... Y... P... X... S... V... Z... E... Q... G... T... K... R... T... L... E... D. Okay, and the code is... Muru said it in the chat. Give me a second. The code is 198449351. Okay. So if the first letter is 1, then it's C. The second letter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so from C, Q being the 1, it would be O. Okay, that's how they got it. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. M. Oh no, I have to stretch an posture check in the middle of this? In the middle of deciphering this? Oh no. My back cracked and it felt really good. Thank you. Okay. M and then 4 from M. 1, 2, 3, 4. P. And from P, 4, MYOL. Complete. What? And then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 complete. And then 3. T. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E. Complete? You have to crack your spine or else you meet your doom. Hydrate. Okay. So it says complete. What the heck? Complete. Do I have to repeat it 3 more times? Okay. Complete. And then 1. D. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. E. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Def. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Def. And then 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Def. Oh? This doesn't make sense. I might have messed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this doesn't make sense, so I'm just gonna continue to see. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no. After that, it doesn't make sense. So it's just complete.
On the second row.
Yeah.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory.
Yeah. So if I am not wrong... Completed? Yeah! Repeat it 3 times. Completed. I did it! Completed! That's it! That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah! I did exactly what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It's just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for.
Huh?
Oh boy, that was a little bit of a headache.
What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly, my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. That was fun. I have a headache now, Mudo. This is all your fault. No, but that was actually a lot of fun. Since when I was able to write it down and use the code, that was fun. But the fact that they don't give you the code, like to look at it in that screen, messes everything up. Damn it! Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it. At least I remember it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Okay, so this one was already used. So we can remove that from our list of things to use. Really?
We're all down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
We've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought you, Kay, and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Fi and Kay were already there.
So?
Well, all of a sudden, Fi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Fi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Fi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh! Just come with me! Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay, okay. Come on, Alice, let's go. Oh boy, this game is so good. I love it. Warehouse B. All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. walking on sunshine. Oh. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hands balled into fists at his sides. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What, I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
That's fair. He has a fair point.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
No. God damn it. Enough already. I roared with fury, and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There was only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have the time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What? Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of. Yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He'd just play dumb. He was good at it, and I'd get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from the Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio. Or should I call you Left? Brother ordered me to come here. To keep an eye on you. It was quick, but just for a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. Fine. Skepticism is understandable, admirable even. But perhaps this will convince you. I pressed forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. I told Dio about Brother's background, and how his younger brother, Left, had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So? Still not convinced? How about this? And then the string of numbers. I'm not saying. Do a little prime factor decomposition in that and you'll get that a number. It's the third power. If I'm not who I say I am, how on earth could I possibly know that?
What? No, that's not possible.
Finally. So, let's start over, shall we? I was sent here to watch your every move. It seems our wise and noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
No! You're lying!
I assure you I am not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No. No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Huh? Sorry, what was that?
Said, why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
I grinned.
Wait, what the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen Brother.
What the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Dunno. Maybe I was divinely inspired.
Don't give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Fi and Kei about the memory card and the number 2 bomb, and about the code we'd found that was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Yeah.
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me and turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back into a snarl.
I am going
to kill you!
That is a very nice, angry voice. Her voice rose to a scream as she charged towards Dio. He ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something from his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
You see this? You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do.
I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
You mean there's still a #1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power. Those go off and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah, clones.
I heard Alice whisper something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what was going on, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face, and as he dodged, Clover spun from behind her. And of course, we don't see it. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted in and snatched the detonator from his hand.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator to me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Yelling didn't do any good, and Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once they had a hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the mouth of the lion. Had he surrendered, or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. It didn't have to wait long for my misgiving. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. The detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. What?
Ha! Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You, her, all of you. God, you're stupid.
What? Why?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off. We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now. The bombs are gonna go off no matter what.
How long do we have?
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already.
First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business.
I love that.
Stop! You're gonna break it!
Of course. That's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's in my coat. The right-hand pocket.
Clover, check it out. Right.
Do we have the code for the zero bomb? Yeah, we do. She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes...
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No! I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait. There is something in here.
Clover pulled her hand from his pocket and held it out. Is that a pill? Like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
Oh no, Clover frowned and moved closer to Dio, holding the pill out toward him. Suddenly he moved, his right hand snaking out to grab the pill from Clover's hand. Before anyone could react, he shoved it into his mouth. I heard a tiny crack as he bit down on it. Almost immediately he grimaced in pain. We fell for it twice already!
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What?
Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled up into his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle out from the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. What the hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine. Don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Ooh.
Deactivation. You guys are persistent.
Okay, I'm gonna write everything down here. I don't know if I'll need them. 0 bomb was LXA QNS GDQ. Okay.
Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you. You only get one. This is the deactivation code for bomb 3.
Okay. 3 bomb.
Ready? LXQ LHC NMR.
NMR. Okay. What about the other 3? Tell us the other 3. He didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak, and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world.
Okay.
May brother live in everlasting glory.
It was Dio. Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died with a strange, happy smile. Damn.
He only gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Ooh. So 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close. So...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
And the remaining 2 bombs, right?
Right.
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio has a note or something.
Hold on. Let me check.
She knelt down and quickly checked his pockets and sleeves, and then sat back on her heels, frustrated.
Damn. He's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Strip me naked!
Right. I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out. We can do this. Let's go.
We all took off at a run, heading to different parts of the building. But all of our searching turned up nothing. And as we searched, the clock kept ticking. Then, at last, the chromatic doors opened.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Our time had run out. We watched the white doors open. Were they doors to heaven? Or to hell? The thought barely had time to flutter through my mind before everything went white. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. The 1,000 emotions flooded my brain in those last moments. Why? How? How had we ended up this way? Then a blistering heat of wave like the surface of the sun itself wiped out any lingering thoughts. My consciousness slipped away into the bottomless pool of darkness. Neither heaven nor hell, only the void. Oh boy! Alice and best served cold. Oh no, they keep the puns from the previous game. Oh no. Okay. So this means I have to hydrate. And I'm also gonna go. You know what? I am actually going to send these back to you because I am actually about to end the stream. It's 10 p.m. here and I need dinner. So yeah. Next time we stream is gonna be on Thursday. Okay. I'm sorry, Mudu. Next time we stream is gonna be on Thursday. It'll be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So that will be 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. East. We have a lot to do. If we look here, we have now from this ending, we have found this one and this one. And we might also be able to do this one. I am not so sure about that. And then this I think is the end. Or at least one of the ends. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so very much for stopping by today. It was a lot of fun and we progressed through the story quite a bit. Let's go ahead and raid someone. Let's mute the site so that nothing happens. Yeah, with Stabby Stab Stab, I think is our best option. That's interesting. These two talk Spanish, so yeah, we're gonna do this one. We are going to raid Joker, like we usually do, because he plays retro games, and I feel good about raiding him and not getting any spoilers. We're gonna raid Joker, and our raid message is gonna be Stabby Stab Stab, because why the heck not? Thank you everyone for stopping by today. I'll see you on Thursday, and we'll finally see the continuation. We're like, I think maybe 3 streams away from the end of the game, if you can even believe it. Like, oh my god. So that's exciting, and then we'll play a different game, which we'll see if it's gonna be a Switch game or if it's not. because I need to test my capture card. I'll probably be testing my capture card in the weekend. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye.